Who's that?
I know. You should see how bad when that pizza earlier.
It's up now.
I can hear you. Oops.
right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do the second half here. We realized that somewhere in the first half the computer died, and because I'm up here, we didn't notice it. So we're sorry about the blackout, and we'll bring you all the second half action here as we've got our problem worked out.
Looks like Woods taking it down, passes it up to VZ.
Tough catch.
Oh, but she makes it for 2.
Oh, gonna get her for the traveling violation. Like I said, that's just a tough way. It's kind of an awkward angle that she catches the ball there. When she runs that floor, needs to run it out just a little bit wider to make that passing angle easier.
All right, Dairyfield is bringing it down. That's star player for Valdez again. Oh, does a sweet little move to get around Hastings. Goes for 2 and makes it.
And so we see the superstar for the Valdez Buccaneers showing up here early.
VZ is bringing it down. Goes to Edwards. Barely gets that back. Just waiting to see what it's going to do. Goes to VZ. Back to Edwards. Takes it out and they run a play. Oh, stole by Stair Sapp. Goes for 2 and misses. Whoa!
Big wipeout here, and that's dangerous when someone comes flying in like that.
Oh, looks like Edwards though is down with her ankle.
It's going to be the Hawks that got the worst of that as number 10, Kiana, comes up super limpy. 44, Walmsley's up holding her face, but I think she's going to be okay. She might be a little bit more of just that embarrassed her when you come flying in doing something like that. So she's going over. Walmsley is here to the corner. Coach kind of grabbing on the side of her face to see if she's okay. All the coaches checking in on her. She's got a little bit of a smile on her face, so I think she's going to be okay. Kiana, meanwhile, seems to have walked off whatever happened to her ankle, and probably the most dangerous part of that whole thing was Vanessa Hastings that was involved in there, who's wearing a pretty expansive knee brace. Good to see that all the girls are going to be okay after a vicious collision.
Woods taking it down. Goes for the drive, goes for 2. Oh, misses.
Valdez pushing back the other way.
Definitely had some loose control on that.
And so the second half hasn't started any cleaner than the first one was, with bodies flying everywhere, balls flying everywhere. And it's not the finest basketball you'll see, but I'll tell you, it's competitive.
Thankfully, though, there's still no fouls.
Well, just when you say that, you've jinxed us, and actually there's already been 3 fouls.
No, there's no fouls.
Well, there's been at least one because they called Walmsley for the knockout blow there where she came screaming through.
All right, so we got 1.
Mimi's next point's her 1000th point. Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa.
Go get me them.
All right. Oh, Wood, pass it. Oh, and we do have another collision over here. It's like Hastings and Dairyfield. No fouls on that, though. Sarah Sapp has another ball. Trying to pressure in. Oh, Dairyfield's bringing it back. Passes it into Fleming and misses that. Wood bringing it down. Back to VZ. Over to Edwards. Edwards seems to drive. It goes for 2. Oh, misses that, but rebound by Mimi Wood. And now Mimi Wood is at the line for 2. Now, folks, if Mimi does make this next shot, this will be her 1000th point here at Hutchinson, so we're hoping that she's going to make this. Oh, didn't make that one. Maybe this will be the 1000th. Everyone's waiting here in the crowd in anticipation. And she made it! That's her 1000th point.
Ladies and gentlemen, a quick announcement for you.
Now Mimi Wood has a standing ovation from the crowd for her 1,000th point. Definitely Mimi's family is very excited for her. Looks like Coach Benson's definitely giving her a hug, and the whole team is very supportive throughout this whole thing. All right, now we're in the huddle. Coach Benson definitely seems to be pumping up her team. And also Valdez. They're in their huddle, getting ready for the next play. Looks like it will be Valdez's ball. Number 30, Fleming, is going to throw it in. Mimi Wood. Oh, and it's back to Derryfield. Oh.
So I had to step away there to do the public service announcement, as I believe Gabby probably informed you all. 1,000 points for Mimi Wood. What an achievement for a player at any level of basketball, and that's 4 years of good, solid play for the Hutchinson Hawks.
All right, Derryfield going for the drive, but passes to number 24, Knees. He does miss that shot, but then it goes to number 4, back to Mimi Wood. Oh, down to Edwards. And she's going for the 2 and makes that shot, but then it goes to number 4, back to Mimi.
Great vision there from Mimi Wood, able to find that Kiana Edwards streaking away. Oh, great block from behind, Ellie Veazey.
And also Mimi Wood passing it up again to Vanessa. Oh, not Vanessa.
Taylor,
I'm sorry. Get the two sisters confused sometimes. Looks like Derryfield just passed 2 defensemen. She's driving it down. Ashley does a great stand still. Oh.
And now we're going to have a foul underneath us. Ashley trying to hit Ellie Veazey streaking out. The Hutchinson Hawks have made their lead and have maintained their lead by this transition offense, quickly back and forth, up and down the floor. Of course, that's always a benefit for the home team, a little better rest that they got last night at home and some good home cooking while the Valdez Buccaneers were sleeping on cots and mattresses in a high school classroom.
Looks like, though, number 44, Wamesley, is back in from her injury earlier. She seems pretty solid still right now. All right, Ashley Stark will go at the line.
A foul there, I believe, on Walmsley.
I can get that right sometimes. All right.
And Ashley able to convert her second free throw. Full court pressure has been the strategy for the Hutchinson Hawks. Full court pressure and quick hands has been what's been doing it for the Hawks there. Walmsley wide open underneath, but they're just not able to get the ball into her. So I'm sure Coach talked about it at halftime. Needs those girls to figure out those inbound passes, and Valdez will be able to climb right back into this game if they can get it in.
This time, instead of Mimi Wood blocking, we have Ellie Veazey. Looks like number 4, Hirsch, has the ball. Oh, but back to Derryfield. Looks like Walmsley set a pick, which did some good. Oh, but she goes up for 2 and makes it.
Little hook shot there from just about midway up the key.
It's like Stark has it from that long pass. On to Wood. Ashley Stark is wide open. She drives. Oh, but pass it back up to Veazey. Down to Edwards. Just a little nice fake. Oh, Wood goes up. A little too far. Ashley Stark goes for 2 and makes those. I think she's definitely trying to make up for all those fouls in the first half.
Having a much better second half so far. Here we see that full court pressure again. You get that ball to Alex, and she can basically dribble right through it as fast as she is. But hustling back on D was Mimi Wood.
Looks like it's going to be Hawks ball. Wood pass it into Hastings, down to Stark.
Valdez trying to set up full court pressure there, but they but the girls never got in position, and that whole thing was just kind of ugly as Valdez trying to set up full court pressure, never got in it, and then, of course, late getting back on defense, and Stark will head to the line to shoot 2. So what are your early impressions here then, about halfway through this third quarter? What are you thinking of our second half of action, Gabby?
You know, it seems pretty good. I mean, definitely the Hawks are still doing that full court press that they've been famous for. As we saw earlier, that the Valdez did try and do the same as we, but they weren't as successful as the Hawks have been lately. But it seems pretty good, and not as many fouls this quarter, so it looks like we're going to have a sort of good game. Maybe the coach during the halftime told them to calm it down a little bit this quarter. So, all right, we got Mimi Wood at the top of the key for 3. Oh, misses. Edwards gained control, but is fighting for it with number 24, Nice.
Nice there needed to pull back. The initial surge was right. She had the right idea, but sometimes you got to give up that pressure and pull back there, or you'll end up committing a kind of a silly foul there.
All right, Edwards is going to throw in the ball into Wood. Ashley Stark does a nice pick there. Mimi goes for, but doesn't make it.
Yeah, a lot. And I'm watching immediately with that whistle, look straight over at Coach Benson, who's just kind of flailing her arms in disgust. A silly penalty there by Hastings, running in after the ball like that.
All right, Mimi Wood is going to try and block that again. Fortunately, though, you can't get all of them. Oh, but she does get the ball back from her need. And does make the 2.
And that's how you can make 1,000 points in a career. I can tell you, I've watched Mimi 4 years do that exact same thing. Just steal it on the pressure. And, Walmsley could have given the ball up there, but decides to finish herself for 2. So now Valdez getting some buckets on the transition side. Walmsley could have given the ball hand at full court pressure.
All right, Edwards driving it in. Goes for 2 and makes it. Definitely Miss Benson seems a little bit more happier about making those.
So when Edwards was a freshman, her nickname for her was Bubbles, as she was always kind of in good spirits and kind of always fun and good for a laugh. But over the time, she's got a little bit ferocious, and you can see her fist pumping there as she makes that and one basket as she takes it to the hoop. So they don't call her Bubbles anymore because she plays with a lot of fierce fire. So Valdez with 2 tall players on the court. Now number 50, Sarah Cox, 6-footer, in as well. Might look for them to push the ball in low here, which they start right away with to Walmsley.
Oh, but Allison Yingling did a great job blocking her shot.
And now we're going to have a foul, I believe, on 14, Mimi, for reaching in.
Oh, it's for a hold.
For a hold, I'm sorry.
All right.
And that ball's not going to go over and back. A good job by Nice grabbing that up. And she's going to get called double dribble there as she loses a handle on it. Nice, though, has been an impressive player for the Buccaneers. If Alex Derrifield's not bringing the ball up, it's Shiloh Nice who brings the ball up. She's had her trouble at times, but for the most part, I think Valdez has another player that they can trust to control the ball on Nice.
Edwards passes to Yingling. Yingling goes up for 2.
Nice job finishing from the baseline there for the young sophomore.
Passes to Yingling. Yingling goes doing a really good job bringing the ball down. Passes to Derryfield. It's like Cox comes up, trying to just do a pick, but doesn't really work. And Derryfield takes it for 2. All right, Mimi Wood does a great long pass over to Edwards. Almost didn't get that, though.
Nice, good job pulling up there, not committing a foul.
Oh, she's on the ground. Thought that it was almost going to be a travel.
Yeah, as long as she kept her dribble, she did a little fancy dribbling. We're going to be heading the line to shoot 2 here will be Derrifield. 13 points. Valdez hanging around. Now they yesterday's game, a little recap, similar in part to this one. The Hutchinson Hawks were able to be ahead for the majority of the game until Valdez came with a late surge to pull themselves all the way back in. So hold on tight, even though only got a 12-point game, and that can change really quick when you have the kind of speed in Derifield and Nice that the Valdez Buccaneers have.
All right, Mimi Wood taking it down, goes up to VZ. Oh, pass it to Stark, and she goes for 2 and makes it.
Wonderful passing to both from Wood and VZ.
It's really nice seeing that they give it to the other players around the court. Oh, Mimi goes in, goes to Hastings.
Another good pass. Mimi Wood finding Hastings there. Transition offense, the name of the game for the Hawks. And, of course, just incredible ball pressure.
Looks like the ref are having a conversation.
And it's going to be a timeout. The Valdez Buccaneers not wanting this thing to get too far out of hand there. Quick buckets coming from the Hawks. So coach is going to call them over and talk things out. We'll take this timeout to remind you guys we are looking for sponsorships. We're a bunch of high school kids here with a bunch of really expensive equipment, so you can all guess what happens to it. It doesn't last the test of time. So we love bringing you these broadcasts. We love to have it all here for you. But we'd love to do more games. We'd love to come down to Valdez, do different tournaments, and travel all over the state. But we need your support in doing that. You can sponsor the Hutchinson High School Stream Team. You can pay online with a credit card, get those Alaska Airline miles, or with your PayPal account. Just look at the top of the Stream Team website where you're probably watching this broadcast. Click the sponsor button, and hey, even if you just liked watching the stream, just send $10, $50, $20 our way. Every little bit helps. We usually, I just saw it the other day, over the 3 years we've been doing this, we've had 12,000 different viewers in our about 200 different streams that we've done, and if each of those gave us $10, we'd have been able to do a whole lot more streams. So hit that sponsorship link, help us help you watch these games.
Or Nick, or Matt.
All right, and we're back. Looks like Derifield is going to be passing it in, probably over to Needs. Oh, no, but Walmsley ends up taking it, and she's bringing it down the court this time. Oh, but gets it over to Derifield, and she goes for a jump shot and makes it for 2. Oh, now looks like Valdez is doing some full court press, and they're actually not doing half bad, although Edwards is bringing it down, shaking the defense off a little bit. Trying to work her way in there. Pass it to Hastings. Hastings goes upper to Yingling. Oh, almost made it for 2. Oh, we got lots of hands touching that ball. All right, looks like Ashley had another foul. Ashley Stark. Cox passes it up to Walmsley. Oh, Edwards goes in there, and it ends up being a jump. Good call on the ref. All right, Mimi Wood, she's got it again, goes over to Yingling. Walmsley is really doing some hard pressure on her right now. Edwards is bringing it down. Over to Wood. She goes for a drive. Oh, doesn't make those 2 points. Coach Benson is definitely not happy about that. Derifield goes for 3. Oh, but it's short. All right, and that's the end of this quarter. Let's see how it's all going to turn out in the 4th. All right. Looks like Coach Benson is definitely having a talk with the ladies. Right now, Hutchinson has 54 and Valdez has 40. We're still tied on our fouls, six apiece. Each team is now on a bonus, which means every time that there's a foul, they go for the line for 1 and 1. All right, now it's the time for the 4th. 8 minutes left. Hutchinson up by 14. All right, Time to get those teams out there and see what they can do. Definitely see all the Valdez girls smiling. Still, even though they're down, they're having a great time. Looks like we're going to have Dairyfield going to be passing it in, probably to knees. That's been the habit of this game pretty much. Oh, and what do you know? We were right. On Denise, she's taking it down. Looks like looking for Dairyfield. Oh, and there we thought we had it, but she did. Dairyfield definitely doing her little drive and makes it for 2.
Alex trying to carry these Buccaneers on her shoulders.
All right, Woods bringing it down. Pass it to Stark. Oh, thankfully Yingling grabbed that back. Over to Hastings, didn't make it, was short. Knees bringing it down now for the Buccaneers. Over to number 34, Sarah Williams. Down to Dairyfield. Oh, we had a pick there by Walmsley. Oh, Edwards almost tried and took that away. Needs, goes for 2, doesn't make it. Stark ends up getting that ball and passes it to Edwards.
Stark, good job keeping her her pivot foot there. And
goes to Wood. She makes that nice too.
now 3-on-1 if she hesitates. Hutch is fast. You don't want to hesitate too long. They'll get back on D.
I think they definitely got encouragement for getting back on D from Miss Benson, who was profuse.
Oh, another run by the Hutchinson Hawks here is transition to Allison Yingling. She comes up short there.
Oh.
Ooh, we got some hard hitting again. 44. One of the great parts about a game like this is you have great abs afterwards because it's kind of like snowboarding for the first time. You got to get yourself up off the ground a whole bunch.
Yeah.
So the girls getting plenty of sit-ups and bruises in this one, as and the floor getting a good waxing as well.
Never thought of it that way. All right. Miss Benson seems to be talking to the ref about that last call. Ashley Stark seems like she's going to be going out because she did look like she hit that floor pretty hard. And Veazey is back in for Stark. Although number 44, Walmsley, will be taking a free throw. All right, the crowd again is doing jazz fingers for good luck. And she makes it. And she made that other one. That's awesome for Valdez. Now we have Edwards having the ball. She passes it to Wood, who goes for a drive, goes up for 2. Oh, doesn't make it though. Although it does look like Wood is going to be getting 2 shots. All right, shooting 2.
And we'll have some substitutions coming in for the Valdez Buccaneers, number 30 and number 14. That's Madison Fleming and Rachel McDonald coming in.
All right, Mimi Wood definitely adding lots of pressure on that. Oh, and Hastings gets it, goes to Wood. On to Edwards. Edwards at the top of the key for 3 and makes it.
Big 3-ball from Kyan, and that pushes the lead to where you really start to feel comfortable if you are the Hawks. 62-44 now, only 6 minutes left in this one.
All right, down the line on the knees, number 44, Walmsley. Back up for 3. Oh, doesn't make that. Knees goes in. Oh, but passes it right to Wood. Wood takes it down for the drive and loses it.
And they're going to get Delafield there on the hit. About the only person that can keep up with Mimi Wood is Alex. Both speedsters heading down. Mimi getting the better of that one.
Definitely, though, sometimes when you're running that fast, though, it is understandable to lose a ball when you just have lightning feet like Mimi. Oh, both those times didn't make it. It's like Wamsley's wide open at the end, but Knees is pretty covered. On to Delafield. She goes for 2 and makes it.
Ellie late getting there on the help side. Delafield keeping her team in the game.
Edwards now has the drive over to Yingling. Oh, Mimi Wood gets that rebound back to Yingling. Over to Hastings.
Great pass by Wood. Want to finish that one down low like that, Hastings.
Delafield passes it to number 30, Fleming.
30 having just checked in the game. Now these, as we look at this this sheet here, nice and tall. Wamsley 5'10", Sarah Cox 6 feet, Fleming herself is 5'7". They've got some good height there. A lot of youth there on those girls as well, except for Sarah Cox, who is a senior.
All right, and joining us for the Hawks, we'll have Courtney Klein and Vanessa Hastings. Vanessa Hastings gets the rebound. Trying to use that pivot
this
foot.
way. There you go.
Edwards has the ball now. Oh, but intercepted by number 30, Fleming.
Good hustle back there by the Buccaneers, deflecting that pass.
All right, back to Veazey, back to Edwards. On to Mimi. Oh.
Boy, some looks exchanged there between 24.
Definitely saw that as well.
I can tell you one thing, their boyfriends both know that look, and they don't like it either.
It seems like that every time something happens to Vanessa Hastings, it just ends up firing her up more.
She could make money on her glare. Yeah. Tough call there. Is 44 going to get called on it? Looked like she was straight up and down, but Mimi does a pretty good job jumping into her there. Will head to the line to shoot, too. So 62-46 left. Only about 4 minutes left in this contest. 4:28 to be exact.
Looks like we hear some strategies from the crowd on the Valdez side. I bet you they wish they could pass it on to the coach. Ooh, Hastings again getting in there with another player. She's on fire tonight for that.
I actually play golf with her dad, and he's seen that look. He said it was easier when he could punish her.
No, all right, Delafield bringing it down the court. Pass it.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Edwards takes a hit.
That one, you start to get a little bit of wonder here. We know Hastings got a little attitude on the Hutch side, but 44 now has been mixed up in a bunch of exchanges there, but I guess we won't have to worry about it anymore. That's going to be 5 fouls on her, so she's fouled out of here. The first casualty of what was an early first half of fouls. I can tell you, folks, that's not the only one you're going to see tonight, because there are a bunch of players on the floor with 4 fouls. So it's going to come down the last 4 minutes, a little bit of bench play or some really smart play we'll see. You know, Alex Derifield has a bunch of fouls, but she's a senior, so she does a little bit better job, has a little bit better knowledge of when to push and when not. Marion Walmsley, just a sophomore, she'll figure that out. There's a time that you kind of start pulling things back.
Right, Sarah Cox got that rebound. Struggling to find out where to go because Mimi Wood, again, is doing that excellent pressure. Right, Derifield. Oh, and VZ's called for a block.
That's of all the fouls that we have seen, that was that one didn't have a bunch. Alex, though, again, speed kills. Doesn't matter what sport it is, and she's fast, so she draws foul.
That was not you, no. That was definitely him.
The Hutches on the double bonus. All right, Wood bringing it down up to Hastings. Oh.
Yeah. There you go. And you finally are going to get some activity here.
Oh, looks like Valdez is going to pull out Nice for that little bit.
That one has been warmed up. Shiloh Nice and Vanessa Hastings has been going at it. One wouldn't say that is all Shiloh's fault, but she's going to be the one that gets the worst side of it as she runs her mouth a little bit. Coach is going to put the hook in her here. We don't know if it's going to be long enough to cool down or if he's going to hook her for good. But things have been chippy throughout, physical throughout, and starts to show a little bit there. So checking in will be number 12.
Sarah Sapp. All right. Mimi Wood gets that rebound.
No, doesn't quite able to bring it down, so Valdez will push back the other way.
It's like
Alex quickly around. Good job finding a pass. And able to finish.
she goes up for two and makes it.
Alex deciding, forget this passing stuff. I'll just do it myself. Then Allison Yingling hard back the other way. Really want her to take it to the basket there.
All right.
And Coach Benson wants things to calm down a little bit. 63-50, 13-point lead. Time for some final strategies here. If Valdez is going to make a push, they're going to need to really start it right now. And they're going to have to do it without their main player underneath, number 44, who has fouled out. The Hutchinson Hawks, meanwhile, Coach Benson talking them up on how they're going to maintain this lead in what has been a very, very tough game. But we appreciate you all tuning in, and stay tuned because it's going to be a wild ride here at the end. So the crowd getting their final cheers in. Valdez breaks their huddles, and both teams head back out to the floor here. Keep your eye on number 32 for Valdez. All things will run through her, especially with Nice having gotten feisty earlier, and she'll be spending a little time on the bench anyways.
Although it is interesting to see how Dayfield is going to do without her sidekick Nice on the court. VZ goes for three. Oh, misses it. Allison Yingling gets the rebound. Oh, we aren't going to have a jump ball called.
And Allison Yingling there getting mixed up underneath with Sapp. And it is going to be a foul. I thought they were going jump ball there initially, but they are going to call a foul on 12, who I think she's got 5 now as well.
All right, Sarah Sapp might be out.
She's heading back to the line, but she's not supposed to be, as she's out.
She is out.
And Alex Dayfield kind of turns over to us. We're sitting in the Valdez crowd section, and she kind of gives us a look like, are you kidding me? As Yingling airballs the first free throw.
VZ, though, is definitely keeping a close eye on Dayfield. Wanted to make sure that she doesn't get past her. Looks like number 14, McDonald, was looking to pass to Derryfield. Derryfield goes for 3 and makes it.
So an interesting decision there. The Hutchinson Hawks stay in the full court press, which as Valdez runs through it, leaves an open three-point shooter on the other side. Now it's only an 11-point ball game. Let's see if Hutchinson decides to maybe pull back a little bit here, not have to shoot so many shots when you have this lead. Oh, great look on the pick and roll underneath the Courtney Klein finding Vanessa Hastings. That's the way it's drawn up in practice. They're going to get called for riding her there, definitely riding her out of bounds, number 33. And that's not what you want to do if you're Hutchinson High School, because when you have the lead, you want that clock running. You can't win on the scoreboard if the clock is not all zeros. So they don't want to be sending Valdez to the line here and giving them a chance for points with no penalty.
And that was McDonald again at the line. Courtney Cox puts it back up for 2.
And we got substitutions coming in as Hutchinson looks to maybe go a little bit small here. Some ball handlers in, Kiana Edwards, Mimi Wood, Ellie Veazey, Taylor Hastings, all dribblers for Hutchinson High School.
Hastings looks to pass it to Wood. Over to Veazey.
My guess is with this lineup that coach is wanting them to really pull the ball out, only take the most perfect shot, and that is not going to be it.
All right, Derryfield has the ball again. She waits for her rest of the team to hustle back as fast as she is. She goes for the drive, makes it for 2, and is going to the line.
And you could kind of predict it. You see the difference there. A senior on one side taking the ball to the hoop, where on the Hutchinson side, the freshman ill-advised drive to the hoop there. And so now we have a, looks like an kind of an injury substitution as Hastings needs to come out, kind of holding her eye. I don't know, maybe she lost a contact or something. So Allison Yingling will check back in. And now 24, Shiloh Neese will check back in for the Buccaneers, having perhaps cooled down a little bit.
All right, just about 2 minutes left.
We've got ourselves an 8-point ball game. This is almost what happened yesterday when they were coming all the way back, and they do it on the surface of that goal right there.
Alex
And
Derryfield.
she's going to go for 3. That's all. Yingling comes down with the rebound, kicks it out to Kiana Edward. Up the sideline's a dangerous place to go, but she gets away with it. A little pressure. And now one would hope, geez, they're going to pull the ball out, and I think Benson wants to talk it over. If I'm Coach Benson here, I would go ahead and sit down my young ones there, a few kind of young, newer players on this varsity squad, and I would really explain how they want the last 1 minute and 40 seconds of this game to go. Looking at the Valdez team, a lot of pop in their step. They're excited. They were down by as much as 15, 16 points, but they've clawed their way back in. So, Gabby, what do you think we got shaping up for an ending here?
I don't know. It could be as last night's game where Valdez ends up bringing it up at the very end, but then Hutchinson could also be their time for victory as well. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yesterday's action was, I believe, they were up about only probably 5 or 6 points, so it's nearly a match, and Valdez was able to claw things out. But let's not forget, they are short-handed. Their best player underneath. We'll see if that factors into this one. No shot clock in high school basketball, so you could almost strategize if you were Hutchinson just to keep the ball out and not shoot at all.
Can they do it for 1 minute and 30 seconds?
They can do it for as long as they want. I've seen it done for